Yeah, so good morning, everyone, and you are welcome to, this session of, seminar. So in this particular session, what we are doing is how we can get, relevant, literature regarding, the thesis or long essay that we want to embark upon. So without wasting too much time, I'll share my screen and then we look at what the session is all, about. So the first thing that we do is you just, open your browser and then you go to, Google search. And once you are in Google search, whatever phenomenon that you want to investigate, you can go ahead and then type it. So the first thing that, we do here is we just, maybe somebody wants to, research something about, let's say, information systems interoperability. So what we do is we can just, type the information systems operability in the section. So we just go ahead and say information systems interoperability. It pops up, then you just click it. And the moment you type this information systems interoperability, see that these days Google has been embedded with AI. So it gives you an AI overview of what information system interoperability is all about. But that's not where our focus is. So you scroll down. This one can really help you to understand the concepts and everything regarding what information systems operability is. But mind you, you are doing a long essay or thesis. So you cannot just copy the whole thing here and paste it in your work. You need relevant literature that is scientific, the one that have gone through peer review and so on and so forth for you to be able to, use it for your work. It doesn't mean you can learn from what is here. You can learn from whatever is given you here and all that to support the work that you are doing. But if we talk about getting relevant literature, this is not what our focus is going to be. So you scroll down and you see that Google is going to give you, a lot of, links and a lot of literature, what regarding the phenomenon you want to investigate, in this case, information system interoperability. If you go down, then there are several links there. So this coming from IBM, this coming from Springer Link, this coming from so many different, places. Some of them are scientific, publishers. Like, IBM may be a vendor, so yes, you can get concept from there, but not necessarily peer review. Here you can get a peer review, and it's a book. You can get that one. This one too, kind of, the same from BMC, Medical Informatics and Decision Making. Then this one, another one, because it's also a journal article, and then you have Sage, Sign Direct, and so on and so forth. So usually when we go with normal Google, we get a lot of information, and not all of them may be relevant to whatever we are doing. So to get what you really want when it comes to scientific inquiry, then usually we prefer you go into what we call Google Scholar. So what you do is you come to the same browser and then you type Scholar at google.com, like this, scholar.google.com, enter. And then it takes you to Google Scholar. And mostly this is where our focus is, because this is where we really get a lot of scientific, research. So we type the same thing here, paste it, information systems interoperability, just like this, and then you click on search. And the moment you do this, everything that you see here is a peer-reviewed scientific kind of research that has been done. And this is what we really need for most of the thesis and the long essay that we are going to do. So the first one says information system interoperability, what lies beneath. Then changing focus on interoperability information system from system, syntax, structure to whatever. You go through all of them. And our focus is relevant ones. So there are going to be so many of these information interoperability articles that have been written. But how do you select the most relevant ones? So you look at the date. So this one was done in 2004. This was done in 1999. This is 2008. another one in 1995, and you see that some of them are quite outdated because your supervisor is going to tell you that use relevant current, literature for the work, that you are doing. So for you to get the relevant current literature, on your left here, you see this one says anytime. So anytime means anytime that the article was published, it will bring it. And that's why you are seeing 1999, you are seeing 2004, and so on and so forth. So if you really want articles that were done in this year, 2025, then you just click since 2025. Then you see that it will now filter and give you articles that were done in the year 2025. Then you see that the effect of electronic health record and immunization information and interoperability on medical practice vaccination workflow. Then if you go down, several of them are all coming, and all of them coming are going to be articles that have been done in 2025. And this is where you really look at which one of them are relevant for the work that you are really, embarking on. So you scroll down, and if the first 10 that you see are exhaustive and you do not get all that you want, then you click on next, and then additional ones will come. You click on next, additional ones will come in. All of them you see that are 2025. So it really takes a longer time for you to really search for the relevant literature. And this is the first start of what you do when you want to write your research proposal. So come and type your topic here. And once you have typed your topic here, look at it from the global perspective. So this one that you are having, most of them are coming from the global, perspective. Some are coming from North America, some are coming from Europe, some are coming from Asia, and so on and so forth. So once you have gotten the global perspective, now you can now zoom down or zoom whatever and say in sub-Saharan Africa. In sub-Saharan Africa. And just type, click search again. Then, no, before I do that, I should have explained further things. So the next thing is I say since 2025. You can also say since 2024, but usually we don't do this one. So we just say custom range. And with the custom range, we can say, okay, we want all articles from 2020 up to 2025. Then we say search. Then this is going to give you a range. So you see that 2023 appears, 2022 appears, and so on and so forth. So usually we don't go by year. We just give a range. And once we give a range, we are able to know what are some of the things that have been done in the area. So if you look at the first article, for instance, it's going to be a very good one. Interoperability of heterogeneous health information systems, a systematic literature review. Although the focus is about health, but once it's a systematic literature review, it gives you a lot of information regarding what has been done in the area, but mostly it is going to be linked to what? Health. Yours may not be health, yours may be in the banking sector, yours may be in manufacturing, yours may be in education, and so on and so forth. But this can be a starting, point. So that's how we say search for relevant literature, and we give you go and say, okay, your supervisor can say, go down and say 2015 up to 2025. This is a 10-year range that you are doing the search. And you see that it will still sort them based on relevancy. And here you are going to see 2016, 2017, and all of them mix kind of thing. So that's how we go about when it comes to, the range. And you see that here it says sort by relevance. You can also say sort by date. If you say sort by date, then it will start with for 2025, and then it will continue. The next will come. But usually we don't want just date. So we say sort by relevance, and then it will give you a lot of relevance articles that have been done in that particular area. Another thing is also say any type. So any type means some of them may be journal articles, some of them will be conference papers, some of them will be book chapters, and so and so. So if you don't want that, you want only journal articles, then you say review articles. And then you see that this one will give you only articles that have been done in the area. If you want any type, any, whether it's book chapter or it's journal article or conference paper, click on the any type and it will give you the any type. Sometimes we will say include those that are patents. So you can say include patents, and then it will filter and give you. If you don't want it, remove it. Include citations too. If you remove it, then it will remove some of those that are not cited. But if you say all of them should come, then you click it. So these are ways that you can go ahead, filtering the relevant, literature that you want. So now that you know what is on the left here, the next thing that we do is about you adding other areas. So you say information interoperability in Africa. I made the Saharan Africa. And then you say search. And now you see that it's going to filter, and most of the articles that are coming will now be in the African context. So you see that here you see African appear, African appear, African appear, and so on and so forth. So that's how you can now focus on a specific, region and the papers that have been done in that, particular region. Another thing is you can remove this and then you just now bring it to your country. So you say in Ghana. And then it will give you articles that have been done in Ghana that is talking about interoperability. And that's how you go filtering the literature. So you start with the general one that will bring you the global space. Then afterwards, you come to the African context. And the last thing that you do is now you bring it to the Ghanaian context. And all these are they not bringing a sector. So if you want a particular sector, then we can also bring in the sector as well. So information interoperability in Ghanaian banking. Enter. And then you see that interoperability in banking is now going to come. So you see the word bank here, interoperability, the same thing, digital banking, interoperability. And that's how you go about getting relevant literature. So start from the world, come to sub-Saharan Africa, come to Ghanaian context to get all the sectors that they have done the work in the Ghanaian context. Afterwards, then link it to your sector. And that is what will let you know that, okay, this is what other scholars have done in this area that I want to embark on. Then what have they discovered regarding the contribution to knowledge? What is left for them to address? Then once you're able to identify this, that will form the basis of your, gaps in literature and also your, research problem that you want to, address. So this is how you go about it. I use one topic. Let me use another, topic, and let's see what we can get from that one too as well. So we have AI-powered cybersecurity compliance from institutional, perspective. This one can be a little bit, broad, but we can start with cybersecurity compliance. Let's go with those keywords. So we do the same thing here, cybersecurity compliance, and then we search for it. Then this one is giving us in the global space a lot of what literature as we did with the first one. So I will not spend too much time on it. So if you want it to be filtered with the custom range as we did, do the same thing. So from the year 2020 to the year 2025, search, and then it will give you most relevant or current literature, in the area. So it has added cybersecurity compliance standards to it, but it depends what you are doing. If you don't want the standards and you want just cybersecurity compliance, fine. There are other things, the cybersecurity, compliance framework, cybersecurity compliance audit, cybersecurity compliance and business continuity, cybersecurity compliance management. So many things are in there, and you decide which one of them that falls in your area of research, and then you go with it. So cybersecurity compliance organizational practices, for instance, when you do this, then you see that it's giving you so many literature. And like I said, this is the most important part of the thesis and the long essay you are doing, and it takes time for you to do this. So once you're able to identify the relevant, literature in this area that you are doing your research, then you see that you do a review of it, and now you know what, the area, what people have done, and what you can also add, to the body of knowledge. I see this one which says AI-powered cybersecurity compliance. So let me now bring that one to as well. So AI-powered cybersecurity compliance search. And the moment you do that, you see that it's giving you first one, which is impact of AI on cybersecurity and cybersecurity compliance, AI-powered cybersecurity strategy approaches to mitigate risks and safeguard data privacy, and so on and so forth. So if you go through this, then you see that the phenomenon you want to investigate, a lot of scholars have done same or similar things. So download them and then review them, and that will let you know the direction of what you are contributing to the literature. So you can do the same thing in sub-Saharan Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, and then they bring the African perspective, and several of them are in there. Then later you can remove this one, and then you say in Ghana. And then it's giving you what has been done in Ghana, understanding and mitigating AI-powered cyber attacks. AI augmented public health administration in sub-Saharan Africa, addressing challenges in Ghana's cyber law, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So these are the ways in which you can really get relevant, literature that can assist you, in your work. Having said it, there are other databases that sometimes we focus on, but mostly I advise students to use, this one first as the point of, contact, because Google Scholar is so broad, and then almost all the publishers, most of them are indexed in Google Scholar. So if you go there, for instance, what we were searching, you see that this one here, which says AI understanding and mitigating AI-powered cyber attack, is coming from ResearchGate. It's not giving me the publisher, but some of them will give you the publisher. So this one here, International Journal of Legal Science, that is also coming from, ResearchGate. Let me see. Almost all of them are coming from ResearchGate, .net. This one is coming from this source. This one is coming from a publisher called IGI, Global, and so on and so forth. So depending on the phenomenon you are investigating, this one is coming from Taylor and Francis. This is a book, and so on and so forth. It doesn't mean ResearchGate is not good, but I want the actual, publishers. This is also coming from what? Springer. So each one of them you can open, and some of them, although this one, the source is coming from ResearchGate, if you open it, you know the actual publisher who did it. So who published it? We can open this PDF and see. So it is International Journal for Multidisciplinary Research, and I don't know much about this particular, publisher. So you can go through and see its, relevance, if it will really help you with your, work. This one is not SSRN, is not kind of fully peer review. It's still under review. That's what it is. Taylor and Francis here, let's look at this one here and see what we get. So this is a book chapter, and it's saying deployment of 5G emerging economy, cybersecurity challenges and potentials for Ghana. And you can go through what the abstract says. And sometimes these ones you need to maybe get access to the university library. Other than that, you have to pay for it, which we try not to encourage students, because the university can give you access that can let you have access to such, literature. So that's it. I was now going to show you other, databases like Scopus. Let me do only one. So you say Scopus. .com. And if you come here, you can also search the same way that we were doing. So you can decide that you are searching for maybe the article title or the abstract or whatever. You decide which one of them that you want to go with. So if you say the article title, then you type the title of the article if you, have it there. If not, then you can just, let's say you say Orpheus. Let me try something like this. So the same thing. AI-powered cybersecurity compliance, and then we say search. And then once we do that, it's giving us 593 documents found, and you have to go to and see those ones that are, relevant for you, for your work. And like I said, the most difficult part of any research we do is what we are doing now, getting the relevant, literature. So here I cannot say this is the one that will help you, because you are the one who is doing, your research, and you know the area and then the relevant literature that will help you. So we can do the same thing in Ghana and see if it will, reduce it in terms of the filtering. So let's say search. And then from the 593, it has now reduced what, 28. And then you can go to it and see if indeed what you are really looking for, is in here. So several of these databases are also there, but the most relevant ones, Scopus is very, very important. And then Web of Science, you can later, Google it. But if you focus also only on Google Scholar, that is also, good, because most of this that you see here will also be indexed in Google Scholar. That can really help you in your, search. The last thing that I'll do is about university, library. So we go to the university library, and then over here we try and see what the databases the university subscribe to. So on the homepage of UG, come to the academics and then click on library. The moment you click on this library, then you are now, talking about the databases that the university subscribe to. So we have the UG cat. I think I talked about it last time. The UG space also talked about it last time. If you are not on campus, but you want to get access to the electronic resources, then we can have what we call the off-campus access. So here you have to go in and then register. Then they will give you account that will help you to be able to access it. But let's focus here only. Databases, quick A to Z. So you click on that A to Z or A to Z. And then this one is giving you all the databases that the university subscribe to. So you have journal databases here. So Academic Search Complete, ACM Digital Library, and so on and so forth. Your area more or less is information system. So ACM Digital Library is one of them that can help you. Some of them are in other disciplines that you really don't need. So you don't worry yourself much about all of them. So ACM will help you. And then if you go down, business management collection, we are also in the business school. Some of this will help you. Business source complete. Some of this will also help you. And then sometimes you can get some from EBSCOhost. And then which one again? Emerald. Yes, you can get some from them. So these are all databases that the university, subscribe to. And then each one of them that you go in. There are some of the papers that if you go to Scopus or you go to the Google Scholar, you will not get it free. But if you come to the university library and you go through that one, then you'll be able to download them, free. And that's the main reason why we usually prefer going to the university, library. So Scopus, as I open, you can get it from here. You can also get Taylor and Francis. You can get the Web of Science also, from here. Wiley Online, and so on and so forth. So all these are different, databases that the university, subscribes to, that you can get a lot of, literature from. But the reason why we prefer going through the larger databases like, what do you call it, Google Scholar, Scopus, and the rest is so many different publishers are indexed in those ones. So you get it a lot of literature. But if you decide to go with a specific publisher, then sometimes it's only that publisher that you are getting the relevant literature from, and not necessarily from others. So if you go to the Emerald, for instance, we click on the Emerald one, and then it brings it. So let's type the same topic, the AI powers cybersecurity compliance, and then we search. And then when we search, it's giving us so many of them as well. So this is a book chapter, Cybersecurity and Privacy in a Digitally Connected World, and then another book chapter. So almost all of them come in, chapters. I don't know where we are not getting journal. So let me now filter on the left here and say journal articles. Then you see that now it has change to what? Journal articles. Then say board of directors attributes and artificial intelligence disclosure evidence from Egyptian banks. So it's not necessarily giving us only the what do you call it? The cyber security. But once there's AI in there too, it's bringing, I mean, those ones, I mean, as well. So as for the literature search, it depends on you, I mean, the investigator. And there are several sources that are out there that can help you to get your, I mean, literature. There are several filters that are here that you can also apply depending on the work that you are doing. So some of these things you have to try them, I mean, on your own, the filters. And all of them as you apply will be able to reduce, I mean, the search that you are getting because this one is giving us 748, I mean, of them, which is too, I mean, huge. So if you really want the specific ones, then we can add it as we were doing with the same, I mean, in Ghana as well. Let's add in Ghana and see if it will filter and give us, I mean, very few of them. So it's still a lot, but it are reduced to now 175. Let's make it only journal, I mean, articles. And then that one reduced what? 66. So you keep on doing this thing that I'm doing, and then you download those that are very relevant, I mean, to you. So each one of these things here, because we are going through the university library, I think we can get the PDF. So if this is the one that you want, just click on the PDF here and you see that it will open, I mean, the PDF and you can go ahead and then download it free of charge. Other than that, some of them you have to pay for it. And as a student, the university already subscribes to some of this, I mean, literature. So you don't need to, I mean, worry about paying for, I mean, these things. So, in a nutshell, I'll always advise that when it comes to the literature, I mean, search, it's always advisable to go with, I mean, the Google Scholar first, and then afterwards, you can go with the other databases or come through the university library and then go, I mean, for it. So in essence, that's all that I mean. This I mean, literature search thing is all about, and I hope it will guide you as you search for the relevant I mean literature for your I mean thesis and long essay. Thank you for your attention.